In today's video, we're going to talk about Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire. We're all waiting on that first trailer that is hopefully going to be attached to Aquaman 2 that comes out at the end of the year. I have it on good record that the trailer was going to come out at San Diego Comic-Con this past summer in July, but the actors strike happened, so they couldn't do it because the actors weren't allowed to be there. But hopefully we're going to get the trailer in December, and then the movie comes out the early part of 2024. So, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu, if you're new around it, make sure you subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that I try to cover on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know what is your most anticipated part, or what are you anticipating most in the Monsterverse, in Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire. So also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind that beautiful voice. And also, if you could, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka WarstuG. And also, if you could check us out on TikTok, Warstu over on TikTok. So, I'd like to break it down. So, it's worth saying that some people, wink, wink, have already seen maybe the first few episodes of Monarch, Legacy of the Monsters. Some people may have already seen it, and there may or may not be an embargo that I can't really talk about, maybe. But it's also going to be screening at New York Comic-Con. I've got no idea when that is, but that recently came up. So, today's title is Godzilla x Kong, shock twist you won't see coming, the fall of Godzilla and the fall of Kong. One of them has to fall. Why? Because if we go back to the teaser, the title reveal, when we got to see this orangutan, this red ape, that is, careful for spoilers, I don't want to ruin your life. We don't know if it's confirmed or verified, but it's all over the internet, so take it with a grain or pinch of salt there. Scar King is gonna kill Godzilla and Kong, and he's gonna be the new king of the monsters. We don't actually know if that's true. I just thought that would make a good title. So, what is the shock twist that you won't see coming? I don't know, but you might see it coming. So, what do we know about this movie? We actually pretty much know everything. There were some new test screenings that happened in August. We're now in September. I don't know how true this is, but allegedly, this movie is going to have more fights, more monster, more Titan fights than any other Monsterverse movie we've had so far, i.e. King of the Monsters. So, apparently, I hate to say this, Godzilla does take a bit of a back seat in this movie, but it's called Godzilla x Kong. Apparently, the Kong gets more screen time. So apparently, we're going to be getting Titans fighting every 20 to 25 minutes. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Well, it would be pretty badass. Now, we know the tone of the movie is going to have to be the tone of the Monsterverse. So it will be slightly close to the tone that was set in Godzilla vs. Kong. Who actually won that fight? I don't believe anyone won it because Mechagodzilla came along and kind of messed it up. I want to see Mechagodzilla come back. I want to see Mecha Kong. I want to see Mecha Warstu. So, what is the shock twist? Well, the shock twist is no one really seen the new Titan coming. That is allegedly confirmed or not confirmed, because if you remember when everyone was doing the trailer breakdowns and stuff, I actually said that I don't believe this orangutan is going to be the overall OP. I don't believe he's going to be the overall big bad. And it turns out he's not really, but he kind of is. So the shock twist that you may or may not see coming is that the red ape called Scar King is going to have some kind of whip that somehow controls Shimu or Shimo. And I guess you could say the twist is apparently Shimu was actually behind the Ice Age. He caused the Ice Age. That's actually pretty darn cool if that's going to happen, because what that would do is it will put lots of different pieces together, because if you remember back to when that actually happened, the director didn't really say that much about it. So what I find interesting, as we know, the Monarch TV show, got to be careful what I say here, because maybe or maybe not, I might have seen some of it, is although it's set in the past, in theory, some parts or some Easter eggs or something that you may or may not see in the background of something that happens in that show, it may have correlation to Shimo. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. So we know that Kong's going to get a new friend, because A big part of why this movie is going to be very sad is because Kong's always wanted to meet his own species. Hence why they went to the Hollow Earth, and hence how they got to the Hollow Earth. So we know that Suku, S-O-K-O, is some kind of smaller monkey that comes from Scar King's lair. And Kong claims Suku as his own, and that's essentially the son of Kong inspiration. It's interesting because originally everyone thought the movie was actually going to be called Son of Kong, and the actual title going around the Hollywood publications said so. Said it was like, yo, the working title is Son of Kong, but that was never confirmed. But it's cool that Kong potentially is going to get a little friend in this movie. So everything's going to link back to everything, if that makes sense, because Scar King apparently has a massive grudge against Godzilla, as allegedly he was apparently going to be the one who fought and trapped him down there with the tribe in Hollow Earth during the ancient times. So I think there's going to be a lot of surprises because, yes, sure, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of information that's come out, like Millie Bobby Brown's character is not going to be in the movie at all, although some people think she is. But do you not think she would have been seen filming in Australia and etc. where they filmed if that was going to be the case? So I may as well address this because I've seen this floating around. And I tend not to try and title videos when it comes to this with anything to do with leaks anymore, because I'm not here trying to spread misinformation. I'm just trying to talk about stuff that I love talking about. But one thing that I do find interesting is there's this image that it looks photoshopped. It's kind of concept art where we see a huge battle happening in Egypt on the pyramids. And some people are like, yeah, it's not true. People's like, yeah, it is true. We don't know until it actually comes out. That's why the first trailer is going to be so pinnacle that they don't show too much. Because although with Godzilla versus Kong, we went over stuff and we may or may not went over the whole movie, they confirmed so much by showing too much. I don't think they have to reveal that much. I really hope when it comes to the marketing that Legendary Pictures, I know it's distributed by Warner Bros., but it is a Legendary Pictures movie. I hope they keep Shimu away so you don't even see him, so he's an actual surprise in the real movie. So there's lots of rumors that there's going to be lots of new and old kaiju monsterverse titans appearing in the monsterverse, to the point where some people seem to think Mothra is going to come back, and even Rodan, which I find even more insane. And I don't really think that's going to be the case, because as we said, in every movie, whether it be Marvel, DC, Monsterverse, whatever it's got to be, if there's going to be another threat outside of the two Donis being Kong and Godzilla, they have to be stronger already. As we know, Scar King is supposed to be more agile. Shimu has different abilities. So that means there's a way to sell toys. And yeah, there's been lots of leaks for toys that Kong is going to get badass upgrade. And this is going to be the most evolved version of Godzilla we have ever seen. Not to be confused with the Godzilla that's going to be in Godzilla -1. So there should be lots of references throughout the whole movie. Apparently Doug is coming back, and it does suggest that maybe Warbats will be in this movie. But something that's very interesting is they don't really do this that much, is apparently these fights are going to happen in broad daylight in major cities. Now, there is a lot of stuff out there that could suggest this is true. Now, one of the wildest things ever is Scar King. Can he talk? I don't know, but some people try to make out that he can talk, which, again, would be pretty insane. He could talk. That would be cool. But I don't really think that would be the case. So there could be, and there has been, technically, so people keep saying that Destroyer will turn up in the Kaiju Monsterverse. I get it. And yes, we did do the video last year when we spoke on the channel about Space Godzilla being the overall villain of the movie, the overall threat, the antagonistic. Now, what I find funny is sometimes I get some things wrong, but I can only go by the information I'm given. And I was wrong about Space Godzilla, and people keep bringing this up, but the funny thing is, it could still happen. People want Space Godzilla. People want Destroy All Monsters. This is building up to like an Endgame, Marvel, Avengers kind of thing, where eventually we will get to destroy all monsters, and then they will reboot the Monsterverse, and then they can bring back other Kaiju Titans. I get it, Kaiju Titans are slightly different. Yeah, cool, whatever. But Monsterverse Kaiju, it's all the same freaking thing to me. So I just want to make as much Godzilla X Kong content as I can, but I don't want to keep pulling on kind of things from the leaks. But everything from the most recent leak suggests the movie's going to be somewhat similar runtime to Godzilla vs. Kong. We're going to get much more Titan fights throughout the whole movie, which is cool because although there were a lot in Godzilla vs. Kong, there was a little bit too much steam and talking for my liking. And apparently there's going to be a bunch of Titans appearing in this movie that you won't see coming. Of course, we're not going to see Mecha King Ghidorah or Mecha Kong or King Caesar or Warstu or Destroyer, but I freaking love one of them Titans to appear because as cool as Shimu or Shimu, however you want to say it, sounds, it's not Space Godzilla. I want Space Godzilla. Give me Space Godzilla. And yeah, if I say Space Godzilla's going to be in the movie and he's not in the movie, don't blame me because speculation is better than just damn right ruining things. And it's never my intention to ruin things. So I do read all the comments. I really do. But sometimes I can't comment back to everybody. And sometimes there's not really a case for me to. So apparently the biggest issue with this movie is you're not really going to see Kong and Godzilla appear together that much in this movie until they kind of have to overcome Scar King and Shimu, allegedly. So we don't know much about this because, as I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been over leaks. I've been over lots of information. I wouldn't really say this is a leak video. This is like twists and stuff we may not see coming, but it is going to be cool because, sure, we could have so much stuff happen in this movie, even if we don't get everything we expect. Apparently there's going to be a lot of callbacks, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of cheeky winks here and there, and it's just going to be a badass movie. And I just freaking want Legendary Pictures, aka Warner Bros, to release the trailer, release it because it's coming out in March. But it's going to be interesting. I really hope we get a first proper look of the Red Ape because we haven't really had one yet. And how cool would it be to see his little tribe that Godzilla trapped in Hollow Earth? That's going to be so damn cool. So can't wait to see this movie. And yeah, sure, there's going to be jackals in this movie. There's going to be a lot of cool things. Apparently there's a scene in Italy, in the Colosseum, Rome. And it does sound pretty cool. Looks like we're going to get a lot of Kong and a lot of Godzilla, but not necessarily together. So let me know, what is the biggest shocking moment that you're expecting in this movie? Is it going to be that really Space Godzilla or Destroyer is going to be the overall villain and we're going to get a post-credit? Because apparently there is a post-credit, and apparently it's either Space Godzilla or Destroyer, or it's Mecha Ghidorah. It could be literally anyone, because remember the scene in Godzilla vs. Kong where they had Mecha Godzilla? What is not telling you that there could be a Mecha Ghidorah, a Mecha Kong? They could literally have a mecha for every Titan they've ever introduced in the Kaiju. Okay, I know it's not Kaiju, but in the Monsterverse. So likewise, guys, let us know. I want to do more speculation, more theory videos based around the Kaiju Monsterverse. Just let me know what you want me to talk about down below in the next kind of Monsterverse-based video. And I've never actually said that I haven't or have watched a certain TV show that could be in the Monsterverse. I just said that there's an embargo that could be lifting at some point, courtesy of Apple TV. So likewise, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the voice. Check us out on Twitter, Warstu, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.